Well, hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And today we are doing another train life, and I'm carrying on my kind of mission, I suppose, if you want to call it, to get over to London. It's taking a while to get there, because it's quite a long way away, I suppose, isn't it? Because we're in Mannheim at the moment, and still carrying passengers. And yeah, we need to get over to there. So we're going to travel to Reims today via where are we going? So Saarbrücken, and then on to Luxembourg, and then on to Reims, Maine. So that's the route that we're taking today. And we've also got some more news as well. I was hoping to do this a little bit earlier than this. Well, what can I say? The timing of this video, it's a little bit later than what I anticipated. I was wanting to do, I was trying to get rid of my mouse cursor there. Let's get it up there. Yeah, there's been an update, hasn't there? There's been a patch for this game, and there's been one or two bits and bobs included in this patch, so wanting to have a bit of a chat about that as well. So, but we'll cover that as we're travelling. To save time, we will get on our way. So we've got the passengers on board. We'll just have a quick look at those while we're here. So we've got 30 going to Mannheim. Oh, sorry. Origin Mannheim, isn't it? I always get that mixed up. So yeah, they're going to Saarbrücken. We've got 19 going to Luxembourg, and we've got 23 going to Reims at the moment. Although we may pick more up on the way, obviously, as we go. So talking of going, let's get going. We've got the route already in. Let's get inside the cabin, and oh, it's just started to rain, which, funnily enough, is one of the patch updates, isn't it? Just get this all sorted out here, get the brake off, handbrake off, and off we go. So yeah, a bit of a rainy night at the moment. It wasn't raining just before when I just popped to the service centre just to get some fuel in. And yeah, wipers I'm wanting. Where's wipers? Wipers. Get the wipers. Although it's bloody stopped now, isn't it? I don't think we need them on now, do we? Oh yeah, it's still raining. It is still raining. Okay, right. I thought there was something a bit weird going off with my camera there for a moment. With the zooming in and out. Anyway, we're off on our way. Let's get some speed up a little bit more. So how's everybody doing? You alright? I've not had a bad week. I was saying on another video that I've had a bit of a weird week with technology though, where things just, you know, keep wanting to not work for some strange reason. And it seems to go in batches for me. I don't know what it is for you, but it's not just one thing that will go. You know, your phone will start playing up a little bit, and then your TV starts playing up a bit, and then your whatever it is starts playing up a bit, and so many different things start going doolally. Strangely, I don't know whether it's solar flares or what it is. Aliens, I don't know. Hoping we've got the correct lights on, so that we're not fined for not having the correct lights. So it's still an 80 and it's going up to 120 soon as well, so let's get this speed up. So yeah, new patch, and I know there were one or two of you out there that didn't think that they were going to patch anymore. Well, there you go. They actually have. They're still looking after us, and some of the main points that I've pointed out in the past as well, they've actually had a look at. Now, whether they've actually worked or not remains to be seen. I don't think they've included, it doesn't say anything in the patch notes, it doesn't say anything about the VSync keeping turning itself off, for me at least, on GeForce Now, because I still had to turn that on when I came on today. And also the music volume was back up full again, so they obviously haven't sorted that issue out either. But just a couple of minor ones really. I've got into the habit of setting those up before I come on, and it's all done and dusted then by the time I'm videoing. But yeah, some interesting patches what they've actually done. So I'm just looking at the Discord now, just to relate to anybody that's not on Discord or hasn't heard. So they've basically said on the PC, some of the HUD what they did last time on the last big fix was a little bit difficult to read, so they've revamped the HUD a little bit to hopefully make it a little easier to read. Now I'm looking at the HUD now. I mean, I'm basically playing on a PC version, and I don't know. Yeah, I think it is actually. I'm not entirely sure what they've done here, but it does seem to be a little bit better. It's not as washed out looking, I suppose. I don't know whether it's just my imagination, but yeah, I mean, it seems clear enough. I didn't have a massive problem with it before, if I'm honest, but thinking back, it does seem to look a little bit sharper. Maybe because it's night time, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, it looks fine to me. It looks okay. So they've done some tweaking on that anyway. Some of the sound apparently was a little bit dodgy around the Prague and Rocklaw, or however you pronounce it, area. So they've let's just get this speed down a bit. They've sorted some of that out. I've just noticed there's an animal up ahead as well, or there was. Oh, he's gone. That's fine. And then camera clipping through the window as well on the Leco DP 2500 and 3100. So they've sorted out the camera clipping on the right hand side. So that's something else that they've looked at as well. On the consoles, you'll be pleased to know, especially if you're on the PlayStation, that they've actually sorted out the black rain, the matrix effect. So it was when there was cloudy or rainy weather in the game for players on all consoles, it says here. I mean, I just heard about the PS or the PlayStation version, but it looks like possibly the Xbox as well in some circumstances. So they've actually got that sorted out as well. And yeah, that's it. Well, you know, some good ones there. I mean, that matrix effect I know was really affecting some people. In fact, I noticed a little bit on here the other day, which I've never noticed before. It was only at certain angles on the windscreen, but I know on the PlayStation for certain they were getting it all the time, whether it was raining or not. So, and it looked really peculiar. And I can imagine it was really annoying as well. I suppose you got used to it after all this time, but at least they've got it sorted out anyway. So yeah. So for those of you out there that thought they'd finished with us, well, it turns out they haven't. Which can only be good news. Now, I mean, who knows? This could be the last ever patch. We just don't know, do we? I do know that they're on with Taxi Life that they're looking at doing, Simteract. So you know, it's obviously a case where, you know, they've allocated a few people to patching this game, but most of the team are working on Taxi Life now, and at some point they'll probably put everybody over to that. Because yeah, I mean, I do tend to agree. They've probably done just about everything they can with this game. I don't think it's going to go any further. It is working a lot better than it used to be. I don't seem to have as many anomalies with the signalling and everything, one or two here and there, but I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. It just seems to me that something's changed. I don't know what, but there doesn't seem to be as many changes in, well, not changes, but as many things happening, I suppose. I was going through a patch at one bit where, you know, like there were animals on the track every 2 minutes, and a train coming the other way every three or 4 minutes, you know, and stuff like that, and it spoilt. I said at the time, it spoilt the flow of the game for me. But I think it's nice as it is now. Like I said, whether I was just going through a random bad patch, I don't know. But oh, can't proceed here. What's happening here? So, what's going off? So we've got 2 reds, haven't we? So I'm going to switch over to... Oh, that says red as well though, doesn't it? So we can't go anywhere. So we'll get the speed right down. Caught that in time. Okay, we're alright now. So yeah, talk of the devil. I was just talking about there don't seem to be as many trains on the wrong side of the track, and yeah, we came up against one. But you know, I still say I don't think there's been as many. But that's just how I'm looking at it, basically. So, is that train? Is that another train approaching, or is it the one we've just passed? It's the one we've just passed, hasn't it? Because on the left side, it's going up the distance, so it must have been that one we've just passed. And what's the speed limit? Speed limit's 80 now, so we've got a little way to go before we get there. And we've got about 2.5 meters, 2.5 meters, 2.5 kilometers to get to Saarbrücken. It's a nice, nice sunrise. It's still raining, but I love the colours on this game. I think they've got the colours at the different times of the day spot on. I've always said that about this game. For its many faults, I think the graphics and the weather and the lighting and everything, I think has been really good. There is sun reflection on the train there, at the bottom of the window, and on the floor, on the ground, and the rays as well. You know, it's one thing I will say. I will say, you know, if something's good and deserves recognition, then I will say so. But equally, if I'm not happy with something, and in my opinion it needs changing, then I will also say that as well. We've got to ask for permission here, haven't we?
This is the operator. You're clear to arrive. We'll mark tracks for you.
Let's get the passenger. Is it boarding track we want? It must be that then. Oh, let's get that speed down. Way too fast. Way too fast. Ah. Just took the eye off the ball there for a minute. And I'm on the wrong. Am I on the wrong track or right? I don't know where I am now, to be honest. That was with chatting. That. Oh, just took my eye off the ball for a split second, and it's going to totally mess me. I'm going to have to reverse back out of here now, aren't I? Right. Okay. Let's get it. Let's get. It's because of that, isn't it? That's it. They never sorted that out, did they? When you've got your little comms window up, You can't control the train. Right, where are we? Let's get into reverse and let's just reverse back out. So it's over there, I think, isn't it, where we need to be? Yeah, that 2.5 kilometres passed passed in no time. I was only having a bit of a chat, and all of a sudden we're here in the station. Couldn't believe it. Let's just get back outside, see what's happening. Now, there's one thing I'm not understanding here. Sure, when you were clicking, I'm clicking the right thumbstick, and I'm sure one of the camera views was at the back of the train, but I don't seem to be having that for some strange reason. It seems to have, that rear view seems to have disappeared. Oops, don't want that. Now, I'm just wondering if, are we right there now? Is that where we want to be? Well, let's, yeah, I don't know, to be honest. Is that where we need to be? Let's just come back a little bit more. Because I'm just not entirely sure that we're on the right track, are we? I think we possibly are. I just want to get past this junction though. Right, let's... Right, okay, there we go. Just keeping an eye on that other train actually, because he's fast approaching from somewhere. But we're in front of him, so he'll have to wait for us. Okay, I think we're right now. And it stopped raining, but I'm not going to take my eye off the ball just at the moment. Let's get into the actual station first, and I'll sort that out when I get there. Probably going to delay us a little bit with the passengers, but we'll try and crack on when we get going again. Okie dokie. Let's get these wipers off. There we go. And open the doors. I can't remember, there's some passengers getting off here. Okay, they did. So we've got 7,000 nearly for that, which is good. So let's just have a quick look at what we've got now. Wait a minute, where are we? There we go. Oh, so yeah, some more did get on. So yeah, that's good. We've got about what, 45, 60, about 70,000, something like that, which is cool. Okay, right. Onward and upward. Let's go, go, go. Off to Luxembourg. So I don't know whether anybody's interested. I did another video a few days ago on trains with a Z. Now it's Trains 19, so it's not a new game by any means, but it is new to me, and I quite enjoy playing that game. I think it's really good. So if you're into trains, check that video out. I do need to sort my links out on my videos. I'm a bit lazy with that, and I need to get round to sticking some links on, so I will try and get a link onto that. But yeah, it's not that much different to Trains 22 really, or 22 isn't that much different to 19. They added bits and bobs here and there, but I think the basic game is essentially the same. And on GeForce Now there isn't Trains 22 anyway, so I'm stuck with 19 at least for the moment. But yeah, really enjoy it. So yeah, check that one out if you're interested. And also, I've just bought SimRail, so I'm having a little look at it just to get into it, because I know it's not an easy game. It's still under early access on Steam and on the PC, but it's just recently come out onto, well, this week it's just come out onto GeForce Now, so I've just purchased it, and I'll be having a little go over the weekend, and hopefully next week I'll kick a video out on SimRail and see what you think to that one. So yeah, a couple of different train games there if you're interested. Sadly, if you're a console player, neither of those are available on consoles just yet. I mean, with it being in early access, SimRail won't be on consoles for a while, at least if at all. Trains has never shown any signs of coming out on console, but it is a bit of a difficult game to use with a controller, I think. They'd have to do some radical rethinking on that to get it to work with a controller. So, because trains is also, it's not just about driving trains, it's about building railways and building model railways, and it would be quite awkward, I think, to get it to work right with a controller. But you never know. You never know what they may develop in the future. But if you're interested anyway, give them both a look, and if you are on PC or GeForce now, then obviously they're both available to purchase. So how far have we got to go now? We've got 11 kilometers to go. So let's get some speed up. I was saying in another video, sort of purchased this train without thinking about it, thinking it was another electric train, and it's not. It's a diesel, but I do quite like the train though. Having said that, it's a nice train. It's got quite a bit of oomph to get going as well. Let's get a front view, shall we? Nice bit of speed up on this section of track. It's looking like we've got a clear track ahead, so we'll just keep going at this speed. Try and make a bit of time up. Nice views over there as well. this river. Although we can't see much of it from here, unfortunately. Also, just did recently another train Fever 2 video as well. So, oops, don't want that one. That's it, just caught that in time. So yeah, I did a Train Fever 2 video yesterday, so that one's out there for viewing if anybody's interested. On the Russian Empire. And it's Chapter 1, Mission 5. So we've just got one more to do in the Chapter 1 series of that game. Oops. Let's just get this train slowed. Bit of a shame because we had some nice speed up there, didn't we? I'm not entirely certain where this red light is. We'll just keep it at that for now. It's just down there, isn't it? Just keep it going at this pace for now. Let this train sort itself out. Come on, let's be having you. Not entirely sure why that's stopping us there. Because it wasn't even on our side of the track, wasn't it? So, yeah, perhaps a little signal fault there then. I thought at first it was on our side, but it wasn't. It was on the other side, so, yeah. Bit of a weird one just there then. Right, we're still on 120 we are, aren't we? With no sign of a lower speed limit yet. So let's get them wheels spinning. Moo cows. Oh, coming to a, is that a 75 soon? Did I see there? There's nothing on the hood though. There is 100 coming up. That train approaching, I think it's from the other side again, isn't it? So just need to get that speed down because I've got the looking backwards view. Go on, we don't want to fine. Well, that's better. As long as we're in the amber, I think we're safe enough. I'm trying to get different angles for you guys watching, and yeah, you then go and mess your driving up if you're not careful. Oh, back up at 120 again now, aren't we? outside again for a bit. Yeah, nice looking train this one. I like it. Oh, breaking the limit again. Taking some wear and tear this poor train today. Every time I go outside the speed limit drops. Oh, actually we're coming to a 50 soon, aren't we? No, that's farm. We don't want the farm. Oops. Don't know why I did that. That was silly. That's just a little throwback, that, to having the comms menu up and... oh, I might have to ask for permission here, aren't I?
This is the
I
station.
will anyway.
We're prepared to receive you and have marked tracks for your arrival.
Just in case we need it. It's better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, dealt with that before, haven't we? About pressing the back button to get out of the comms menu and putting the handbrake on. And I think that was a little bit of that just there. But oh well. What's going off here? Oh, I'm gonna have to stick that on there. Why has it took us here? I did think something was a bit weird. It just brought us into here, the stupid bloody game. Why do we not want to go to the chuffing farm? Did I put farm instead of main? No, we've got main there, haven't we? I don't know why it's brought us in here at all. Oh well, we're just going to have to deal with it now, aren't we? Let's enter the service centre, then we can get it mended at least while we're here. Get it filled up with some fuel. Okay, that's that. Let's get some fuel in. And we need to turn around as well, don't we? Right. Brake off. And off we go. I think. And brakes on. That's why. Yeah, so a weird thing there with the sat-nav. I don't know why it's taken us into the service centre. I don't remember clicking the wrong button. I'm sure you guys will tell me if I did. On the junctions. I'm sure I was following the yellow line okay, so I don't know. But we're back on track. Speed limit's 50, we'll just take it steady for a while. We're coming up to an 80 soon. Okay, some more speed. So let us know, guys, in the comments what you think about the patches, whether you're pleased with them, whether they're working. I don't know. I mean, you know, I've not had a matrix effect on here really, perhaps a little bit. I had noticed the other day, like I said, but generally speaking, I had nothing like that. Oh, the other one I meant to mention earlier actually. I think they've supposed to have sorted out the lost save on the PC, because I had that issue. If anybody's been following the episodes, I came to it one day and I totally lost my game save and had to start again. So, and that was because I derailed and chose the load last save option, and that was crashing the game. And they're supposed to have fixed that. Now the problem for me is that I'm once bitten, twice shy, and even though they say they've patched it, I'm not really willing to try it, if I'm honest, because I don't want to lose my game save again. So, and there's no way on GeForce Now, and if you're on a PC it's different because you can back your game saves up on the Steam app, but on GeForce Now you're just stuck with one save in the cloud. You can't duplicate that save or anything, so it's just difficult to duplicate the save. So if I lose my save, I lose it. End of. You have to start again. So I don't really want to risk that. So I will still. Are we going to stop in time or not? Are we going to have to put the handbrake on here, guys, because it's just not stopping, and I'm not risking a fine. Yeah, so it's not a risk I'm willing to take. But if anybody has or does choose that option, either on purpose or by mistake, and it does work, please let me know, because I'd like to know. But I'm not sure I'd be choosing that option. I think I'll just do as I've done before. I'll come out of the game and come back in it again, which works. So you know, if they have fixed it, fantastic. That's great news if they have. But I'm just not willing to risk it. That's the problem. Just in case it still isn't working properly. But yeah, that's something else that they fixed. So yeah, it would be interesting if anybody could comment on the various platforms if these fixes have worked. That would be good. Come on, train. So you're doing about 3 kilometers an hour. He's taking some time, isn't it? Is it an old steam train or something? Must be a steep hill. Taking absolutely ages. Bloody hell. We'll be here all day. Come on. If you want to fast forward this bit, I totally understand. Bloody hell. I could run quicker. Right, we're clear to go. That is something, by the way, I like on the trains game with a Z. And that is along the bottom of the HUD, or the bottom of the screen, they have a kind of topography ticker-tapey type line that shows you the contours that you're coming up against. So it tells you where the uphill and the downhill bits are, and also where the amber lights and the red lights are and stuff like that. So it's quite handy. I think it would have been a good idea on here actually to have that. I think it's a nice touch on that game. I'm still on 120, so let's get some speed up. And it's looking like it's 120 round to the right, which is where we're going as well, so that's good. Train approaching, is that the one we've just passed? It is, isn't it? Oops! Just going a bit above at the moment though. Just wind that down. I'm gambling we're okay on amber. On the speed, I mean. So now we should be 120. Yeah, okay, let's get going then. Just get out of these cables a little bit. There we go. Get hit by a traffic sign. Well, no steep hill, so it's just a very, very slow train that we've just passed. We're not far off Luxembourg Main now. Expecting a reduced speed limit. It's still showing 120 though there, isn't it? Going to come off the speed a bit anyway. It's looking a little bit downhill. Now I'm expecting an 80 or a 50 at some point soon, surely. Yeah, we're going left, I think. So that did say 50 on that last sign. Yeah, there we go, it's just popped up. So let's just start to ease that speed down a little bit.
Hello, we're prepared to receive you and have marked tracks for your arrival.
Are we on the wrong track again? Thought we'd managed to do that. Oh, bugger! Sent us down the wrong one again, hasn't it? Although, well, yeah, I'm saying it sent us down the wrong one. The problem was, I think, there, thinking back, is that I'd selected the track, the boarding track, and then contacted the station, and when I came back out of that, it seemed to have reset me back to the main route and not the boarding track. It seemed to have just swapped it back itself, so again, I'm not entirely certain that was my fault. Second time we've had to back up today. Now, where can we get over? Just need one junction, don't we, over to the left. At least you don't seem to get fined for going backwards. I've even been through red lights backwards and it doesn't seem to want to fine you. Ah, we've got one here, haven't we? See, switch back to main again. I don't want main, I want boarding track. Thank you. It shouldn't do that. If you've selected something, it should stay there. It should be permanent until you decide to change it again, not just change it itself. Well, we're here anyway, aren't we? We've made it again. Okay. Okay, let's see what we get for this one then. See if we pick any more passengers up. I'm hoping to get to £500,000 today. £500,000. Yeah, some hopes, haven't we? That'd be nice. It's quite lucrative doing passengers though. Okay, so let's see who we've got here. Yeah, still got quite a few on then. So let's get going. So what have we got? 20 kilometres then, haven't we? Oops. Oh no, we're okay. Just going to say, let's get that throttle off, but it's gone up to 80. Of changes around here, just need to keep your wits about you a little bit. Bit of an industrial area, isn't it, round here? Very good. You can't beat a nice train game. I do keep wondering about covering some Train Sim World on the Xbox. Actually, I don't know your thoughts on that. Pop it down in the comments if you have any thoughts on that. But you know, I don't know. I kind of feel that a heck of a lot of people are covering that game, and I just wonder whether it's worth actually doing any videos on it. But if anybody's got any ideas, I haven't got all the DLCs. Probably got about half of them. Some of the more later ones I haven't picked up because I've not been on it for a long time, to be honest. Train Sim World, I've been concentrating on this more. But yeah, I certainly could look at doing a few on that if people was interested. The only thing I don't like about recording on the Xbox is that you have to do a separate audio channel. So on my Nvidia Shield, which I'm playing on now, I can record both the game and my voice all at the same time, and that makes life so much easier when you're just doing a little bit of editing, chopping the start and the end off, etc., and one or two bits and bobs, but that's about it really. But yeah, on the Xbox it's a case of having to record a separate voice channel on some other device. I mean, I use my phone with a microphone, and then having to put the two together then in a video editing app. So it's just a little bit more faffy, which is why I prefer to do the videos on GeForce now on my Nvidia Shield. But it can be done. It's not so much of an issue really. And I think the PlayStation's easier. I think that does record your voice at the same time. But for some reason, I don't know why, the Xbox or Microsoft seems to have decided to not allow it. I think one of the older Xboxes used to do it. Thinking about it, but I didn't have one though. Up to the Series X, I've been a PlayStation kind of guy. I had the PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and then the 4, and then the Pro. And the Pro was the last one I bought. I've not bought the 5, basically because there's nothing that interests me on it at the moment. I got the Series X for Microsoft Flight Sim, which I think's really good. Again, did consider doing some videos on that, to be honest. But yeah, just more games seem to suit me on the Xbox. But I do think some of the older Xboxes could record your voice. I think it's only changed that in the last couple of models that they've released. So, but I don't know on that. I'm not entirely sure. How far have we got? 12k. Right. Get the speed up a little bit more, can't we? Animal on the track up ahead. Which is my horn again. It's the left one, isn't it? It's not going to be far off a 24-hour journey, this one, in game time. Got rid of it. We're batting on nicely down here, aren't we? This is the best bit for me of a train game, is when you can bat on and you feel like you're getting somewhere. Each to their own. You know, I know some people like shunting. Others like all the points changing and stuff like that. But for me, it's about the adventure of getting from A to B. On a train game like this, anyway. I know I talked about trains earlier on, but that's a different type of game. We've got 8k to go. Still no speed limit, so still able to fly. Now we've got some speed limit change, have we? We're down to 90. Although it says 110 on the hood. I don't know what that was for. A bit of a warning, but it's disappeared. So dropping to 80 soon. Just apply a little bit of brake. I think we're going slightly downhill. Looking at it. Come on. Get that speed down. Thank you. And yeah, got the usual 50 coming up, you know, just over a kilometre. We're not far off there now. A few flowers on the side. Oops, 50 now, isn't it? Now it says 80, but I'm just going to take it steady for a moment because it's just not entirely... There's been so many things with this game, I never quite trust it. So where's that red signal? Is that... Yeah, that's on the left track, isn't it? We've got a clear signal. Yeah, the train's over there anyway, so yeah, that's good. Right, pays to take it steady. Get the speed up a little bit now. We're past that. Not far to go though. I thought that last 50 limit was going to be it, but it looks like it's obviously gone up to 80 again, but I'm expecting it to come down to 50 at some point soon. I think it's usually around about 1.5 kilometres or 2 kilometres, is it, from the station? I can't remember. Now, can we contact Maine? We can.
The station operator, you're clear to arrive.
Yeah, it's coming to 50 soon, isn't it? So yeah, so it's about 1 kilometre then, isn't it? When it changes. Boarding track, don't we? So we started in the night or in the dark, and we're finishing in the dark. Oh, it's back up to 80 again. Oh, I don't know. 50, 80, 80, 50. I bet this is going to be 50. It is. And we've got the passengers here safely. Made a few jump. And there we have it. Let's see what rewards we've got. Okay, got 16,548 for that one, 12,462 for that, and 29,162 for that, 16,548 for that, 12,462. Are we going round in... Oh no, we're going round in circles, aren't we? I'm going to say that's a lot. Well, we've got 3, haven't we, altogether? That's right, yeah. Well, a fair amount of money made there. We've got to 180,000 yet. Not quite got to me 500,000 yet, which I wanted, but yeah, nice amount of money off the old passengers. So there we have it, guys. That's today's video. Let's just have a quick look at where we're going next time. So we're here in Reims, so we'll be going up to where are we going to? Good question, because do I want to go to Paris, Maine? Probably. We'll probably drop down to Paris, Maine, and I'll go up this left side. We'll go to Rouen, Maine, and up to yes, up to where? Up to Calais, Maine, I suppose it'll be, won't it? Yeah. So we'll probably finish then at Calais, ready for going through the tunnel to London. Yeah, may change that slightly. I don't know. I'm just thinking that if it's just from Calais to London, it's not going to be a particularly long run. So we may potter around here, San Quentin or Something like that. I don't know. We'll work something out. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. It's really appreciated if you've made it this far. And take care, and we will catch you on the next one. So cheers and bye for now.